Blues musical, part revisionist Western. He told The Atlantic he wanted it to feel like reading Salem's Lot with a blues record spinning, a bowl of gumbo in your hands. And that's what you get, a sensory explosion, a story that's unapologetically black, fiercely original, and deeply human. Coogler doesn't just tell stories. He builds worlds where every frame, every note, every glance carries the weight of history and hope. The cast is a symphony of talent. Michael B. Jordan delivers a performance that's nothing short of miraculous, playing Smoke and Stack with such distinct fire, one brooding the other sly, that you forget it's one man. His scenes with Wunmi Mosaku, who plays his estranged wife Annie, are raw and tender, her eyes a map of pain and strength. Mosaku, known from Loki, is a quiet storm. Miles Cotton, in his first major role, makes Sammy the heart of the film, his guitar an extension of his soul. Hailee Steinfeld's Mary, a mixed-race woman caught between worlds, breaks your heart with her quiet defiance. Jack O'Connell's Remick is a villain who chills your blood, his Irish folk-singing vampires a twisted echo of the Juke Joints blues. Delroy Lindo, Jayme Lawson, Omar Miller, and Lee Jun Lee complete an ensemble that feels like a living, breathing community, their chemistry sparking like a live wire. Let's talk numbers, because Sinners didn't just win hearts, it conquered the box office. With a budget of $90 million, some say $100 million, plus $50 million in marketing, Warner Brothers took a risk on a horror film with no franchise backing. It was a gamble that sparked whispers after a fierce bidding war. But when Sinners hit theaters on April 18, 2025, it roared, pulling in $48 million domestically, the biggest opening for an original film since us in 2019. Its second weekend, a mere 6% drop, raking in $45 million, a record for R-rated horror. By June 9th, it had amassed $357.6 million worldwide, with $272.9 million in the U.S., landing as 2025's eighth highest-grossing film. Break-even estimates vary, $170 million to $300 million, factoring in Coogler's rare first-dollar gross deal. But with VOD, streaming on Prime and Netflix, and a global appetite, Sinners isn't just a hit. It's a beacon for original storytelling in a sequel-saturated world. Behind the curtain, Sinners was a feat of passion and ingenuity. Filming began April 14, 2024, in New Orleans under the sly code name Grilled Cheese, wrapping July 17th. Coogler shot on 65mm film, using IMAX 15 perf and Ultra Panavision 70 cameras, with cinematographer Autumn Durrell Arkapaw painting a world both gritty and lush. The film shifts between 1.43 to 1 and 2.76 to 1 aspect ratios, pulling you into the Delta's fields and juke joints. Kodak crafted a custom IMAX Ektachrome 100D stock for a flashback, a cinematic first. Production designer Hannah Beachler hit a tribute to Chadwick Boseman, church beams forming the Wakanda Forever gesture. The $67.6 million spent in Louisiana lifted the local economy, but challenges arose. Coogler deferred part of his fee to cover overages, tied his groundbreaking deal to own the film after 25 years, a move that rattled studios. Some called it reckless. Coogler called it freedom, especially for a black filmmaker. Controversy swirled like Mississippi mud. Media scrutiny of the budget and Coogler's deal ignited debates. A Variety tweet calling the $48 million opening underwhelming sparked fury from figures like Ben Stiller and Franklin Leonard, who decried the framing. Fans and filmmakers argued it overshadowed Sinners' triumph as a black-led, original horror hit. Puck questioned Warner Brothers' low $170 million break-even claim, hinting at studio spin. On X, voices like at ISO Tips and at Sapajib praised the film's raw power, calling it black as fuck and devastatingly powerful. The debate wasn't just about money. It was about who controls narratives and who gets to take risks. Coogler's deal became a lightning rod, both a victory and a challenge to Hollywood's status quo. The music? It's the soul of Sinners. Ludwig Göransson, Kugler's collaborator and executive producer, weaves blues, gospel, soul, bluegrass, and Irish folk into a score that's alive, haunting, and joyous. He was on set daily, ensuring every note felt woven into the story. A scene where Sammy's guitar summons dancers from across time is a visual and sonic hymn to black music's legacy. The cast performances, paired with Garanson's work, make the soundtrack a love letter to the Delta. Variety called it toe-tapping. I call it transcendent. It's already stirring Oscar whispers. Autumn Durrell Arkapaw cinematography is a revelation. On 65 millimeters, she captures the South's beauty and terror, sweat-glistened faces, moonlit fields, the juke joints glow. The IMAX format immerses you, though some, like Roger Ebert's critic, noted the shallow focus can feel isolating. Yet the high contrast, deep shadows, and vibrant colors amplify the horror and celebrate resilience. A surreal juke joint sequence, detailed in Variety, blends practical effects and dreamlike cuts, a visual poem, one of the first horror films shot in 65 millimeters IMAX. Sinners shakes the industry like a thunderclap in a year when originals like Mickey 17 flopped. Sinners' 97% Rotten Tomatoes score, a cinema score, and $357.6 million gross prove audiences crave fresh stories. It's the top-grossing vampire film internationally, outpacing Interview with a Vampire per Screen Rant. UVA's Robin Means Coleman calls it deeply interdisciplinary, sparking talk of black horror renaissance alongside Peele's work. Kugler's deal could redefine creative control, with Oscar buzz for Jordan Garanson and Durrell Arkapaw. Warner Brothers is betting big on awards, despite the cost. Why does Sinners shine? Vampire films are common, but this isn't Twilight or Dracula. It's a genre-blending marvel, horror, musical, social commentary, with Kugler swagger. Unlike The Substance's shock or Saltbin's excess, Sinners is soulful. It scares tied to real horrors, racism, appropriation, loss. The Vampires, colonial predators stealing black music, hit deep. Compared to us, it's more visceral than cerebral, yet profound. Its slow build erupts into a heartbreaking, triumphant climax. Smoke's sacrifice, Sammy's redemption, like a blues note that lingers. So, my friend, why watch Sinners? It's a mirror to our struggles, a window to a world where music is magic, evil is real, and hope fights on. It doesn't just entertain. It challenges, moves, and haunts like a song in the dark. Find an IMAX screen, let it pull you in, and live this story. You won't just see Sinners. You'll feel it in your bones. All right, my friend, let's dive into the magic of Sinners again. But this time, imagine me as a narrator, my voice low and warm, crackling like an old vinyl record spinning in a dimly lit room, pulling you into a tale that's as vivid as a dream you can't shake. Picture me leaning forward, eyes alight, the world fading away as I weave a story that's more than a movie. It's a pulse, a heartbeat, a call to witness something extraordinary. Sinners isn't just a film you watch. It's a journey you live. And I'm here to convince you why it's a cinematic gem you absolutely cannot miss. Let me take you deep into the Mississippi Delta, where the air hums with blues and secrets, and show you why Ryan Coogler's masterpiece will leave you breathless. It's 1932, Clarksdale, Mississippi, where the night air is heavy with the scent of cotton fields and the weight of history. Jim Crow's grip is tight, but the blues, raw, soulful, defiant, cut through the darkness like a blade. Into this world step twin brothers, Smoke and Stackmore, both played by the electrifying Michael B. Jordan. They're World War I veterans, scarred by battle and years running with Chicago's gangsters, now back home to chase redemption. They buy a sawmill from a venomous Klansman named Hogwood, turning it into a juke joint, a sanctuary where the black community can dance, sing, and steal moments of joy. Their cousin Sammy, a young guitarist with a voice like honey and fire, brought to life by newcomer Miles Cotton, joins them, his music weaving a spell that's almost holy. But something unholy stirs in Clarksdale. Vampires, led by the chilling Remick, played by Jack O'Connell. These aren't your glittering, romantic bloodsuckers. They're predators, hungry for Sammy's music to unlock something ancient and sinister. What unfolds is a battle for survival, a dance with darkness, and a searing question. What does it mean to hold on to your soul in a world that wants to tear it